Pisces, what's going on? And welcome into the channel. So happy to have you here always. My name is Deborah, owner of Purusha Holistic Wellness, and this is another episode of Purusha Intuitive, where we're going to look at your energy via the tarot, astrology, and any channeled messages that come through. So let's get into it, Pisces. Happy new day. We're in Taurus season right now. Taurus season, we just had a new moon in Taurus as well. And you know, it brings in earth element, grounding component, which we really needed. Pisces season was really watery, really emotional, and it kind of carried through Aries season as well. Now that we're in Taurus season, a lot of that fire element has enlivened because we're seeing the planets push into Aries, and it's bringing up a lot of tension. It's good in the value that it's giving us a little fire underneath our belly, right? Like, you know, that desire to do things, to make things happen, to push forward, even though maybe the odds don't seem to be in our favor right now. But it's also highlighting relationships and dynamics, i.e. people, situations that are willing to work with us and not, right? And it's forcing us to trust our instincts. Right now, Venus is on top of Neptune. Neptune in Aries is encouraging us to trust our intuition, like I was saying, and especially when it comes to relationships, i.e. that Venus energy. Even relationships with self, that doesn't go without saying, right? It's not the easiest because there are some humbling things that are happening, people, places, and things that we didn't think were going to go in a certain direction. And so we have to find ways to just trust the process, surrender some of the disappointment, the grief, the sadness, etc., and know that it is moving us towards better things. That's why I like to start off with these energy cleansings. Just set the tone, set the vibe for the reading, cleanse out any blocks, obstacles, limitations that we might be coming into. It's also a great time to set your own intention as well, especially if you've come into this reading with something on your heart, on your mind, something you would like Spirit to deliver messages to you around. Definitely give that over. Be open to receive. It's a great way to personalize these collective readings. I also do personal readings. I offer a variety of healing, wellness services. Readings are one of them. If you want me to look at your specific situation presently, how it's faring, where it's headed, etc. Or if you are just looking for more of a realignment of self, mind, body, soul, I do energy healing as well as Ayurvedic or holistic wellness consultations. When you're operating from that space of alignment, feeling good, grounded in yourself, aware of your wants and needs, it makes manifesting happiness, abundance, fulfillment that much easier, right? That really is the recipe for manifestation, is self-love, self-care. So I'm here if you need it. I would love to help support in whatever way possible. Definitely hit me up. All the info to get into contact with me, Pisces, is in the description box below. All right, let's get into it. I bless you with pure love and light, pure source energy, pure loving grace. I release anything that is not for your highest and best. Any fears, doubts, insecurities, lack of worth, lack of value, pain, anger, frustration, impatience, overwhelm. Cleanse it and release it from our being, so we may see and understand the messages clearly and help to make me a clear and open channel for the collective. Thank you, Father God, Spirit guides, guardian angels, Mama love, Mama. All right, sorry about that, Pisces. Things are popping off, right? It's actually been a really, like I said, the energy has been pretty interesting. You know, we're getting a little bit more reprieve. I feel like you're definitely feeling more grounded and stable than maybe like what you have been in the past. Okay, good. So relationships on the forefront, relationships on your mind. And I actually feel like this is good things, right? This isn't necessarily, you've kind of had to weather the storms and deal with a lot of BS, especially on the relationship front. We all kind of are right now. It put a lot of your sense of stability and feeling grounded and stable into focus, right? Like, i.e., who are the people that are bringing that your way and who is not? And you're finally at this point where I feel like you have a better gauge on things. Like, I think you had to make some tough decisions around this. Oftentimes, like, especially if we're dealing with more intimate relationships, partnerships, family, etc., people who feel like family, it can be really tricky to kind of weed things out or set up boundaries appropriately. But it does look like you've had some readjustments. It looks like you had to put a lot of focus on the home, on stability, on a relationship, maybe even a relationship that you feel like wasn't getting enough attention, or maybe someone was saying that to you, right? Like they needed more from you. And so you had to kind of sidestep. But I do, it's interesting because we have had this snake type energy, i.e. this is a little bit of Black Moon Lilith, this trickster energy, people trying to, and we've been seeing this across the collective, people trying to like sneak by, so to speak. Sneak by with like hidden motivations, and some of this does touch what you've been dealing with, because it almost looks like you're not necessarily addressing the problems and issues, or maybe you did on a certain level to make someone else happy, to make a relationship happy, so that you could kind of have a little bit more autonomy to focus on whatever this is that you're doing, whatever this is that's like making you feel strong and empowered, etc. But I don't know. I'm curious if this is like, well, let's see what the tarot says. Because this snake energy is coming back around. This is not something that like, maybe you kind of like wanted or hoped that you would be done. And if I spend time focusing on you, focusing on the situation, then we can be done with this, right? Then we can address the problems and issues and move forward. And that's what it looks like you were trying to do. I don't know. See, also, well, and this is part of that weeding out that I was talking about in the very beginning. And you're making different choices. It does look like you're showing up differently, which I think is really important. But I think that you're also going to start seeing part of like the real problems and issues. What some of this stuff has been actually uncovering 100%, because someone is not on board with all the changes, and I feel like this is someone who said that they were, right? I feel like this is someone who's telling you, like, it feels like a bad argument, right? Where someone's like, you do this, this, and this, and this. And then you're like, okay, I'm going to change it. And you do. And then they're still not happy. That's what this energy feels like. And it looks like you're rightfully putting your best foot forward, looking at yourself, doing the proper amount of healing, doing the proper amount of work. And not that like you're all good and they're all bad and blah, 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 and all this stuff, right? Like we all have our shit. But what I see is that you're trying to make something work and someone else is having a hard time doing that, even though they might be saying that's what they're doing. Again, but like I said, this kind of shadiness comes out. It actually is going to be present. It's not going to be something that you have to guess about, right? I feel like this is, someone's going to show their true face. They're going to show their true colors. They've put up some really heavy boundaries with you. I don't know. It feels a little vicious. Like I said, like someone who just is picking at you to pick at you, right? I mean, it's stuff within themselves. Like they're unable to just whatever. It's their own insecurities. It's their own fixation, but they're fixated on you more than like I'm looking at you and you're like, okay, like I'm ready to kind of better myself and do what I need to do to whether this is saving the relationship or just like making it better type thing. Like I said, the relationship, not this dynamic per se, but like it looks like what you're fighting for feels good, right? But at the same time, I don't know, like someone doesn't like you being in your power. They've set up a lot of heavy boundaries. Like it's almost like maybe things that are supposed to trip you up or things so you can't really feel like you're achieving your goal. They bring more to the table. You're not doing X, like it's like you can never win. You're still not doing X, Y, and Z, or they're gonna find something new to complain about, etc. And it's getting hard for you to see the value in this. Like this is just taking a really, really, really long time to evolve. And it does feel a little like some stubbornness on this end. In relationships, like when someone is in the main focus, like the other person can kind of get away with shit, you know, or it's easier to be like not really paying attention to what their issues and problems are or how they contribute to the dynamic. And that's kind of what it feels like. You're taking on a lot of blame, a lot of responsibility. Maybe you're busy because this person feels like you're not paying them enough attention. It feels a little bit like a bad girlfriend, right? No shade. I don't mean that in any sort of way, but you know, that's kind of how it's coming through. Like someone who needs an unnecessary amount of like time and energy and like you fixating on them and blah, blah, blah. And then when they don't get it, they're pissed, you know? And you're trying to like navigate it, you know, diplomatically. You're trying to give them the benefit of the doubt where the benefit of the doubt is due. But there's a lot going on in this situation, Pisces. There's a lot going on in this situation, and I feel like there still is more to unfold because this person has to get on board. Even if like you did the worst thing ever against them and there's like all this like lack of trust, there's still this energy of them needing to put in their end, right? Put in their part is what I'm hearing. And I don't even think it's that extreme. Your energy doesn't come off that way. Yeah, you needed to change things up. Yeah, you needed to do things a little bit differently. Yeah, maybe you did need to pay more attention to them or to the relationship or whatever. But at the same time, it doesn't necessarily warrant whatever this bad behavior is. And again, this is someone bitching and complaining because you're not giving them the time, the energy that they think that they deserve, you know? Or that, yeah, that they think is owed to them, I guess I should say. Oh yeah, slow down, 100%. We're getting this all across the board. Slow down. That's that Mars energy. I don't know if I talked about it in this video. I talk about it on the regular, so definitely check out, you know, you can do Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. We embody all aspects of the zodiac. So whatever you resonate with, especially if you resonate with a certain title, etc. But there is this value, like I said, because Mars has been really weirdly aspected, it is all about slowing down. It's about teamwork. It's about working together and making sure that this person is on board and they know what that actually means and looks like. You might be giving away your power a little bit too much because you're feeling bad or guilty or like you have to kind of prove to them that you are on board with this. But they know that. And I feel like it's a little bit of a power trip on their end. I think that as you are in your power more, as you are kind of pursuing this chariot type energy, more is going to be revealed. Like I feel like some of the disconnects, some of the holes, some of the places where they're not holding up their end is going to start to become in focus. And I feel like this person is going to have a really hard time with that, right? I mean, we all do. We all want to believe we're right and blah, blah, blah. But at the same time, when it comes to people, situations that have longevity in our life that we want to keep around for long term, we got to be willing to work together, right? That's what teamwork is all about. Teamwork makes the dream work. I love it. I love the cheese. All right. Oh yeah, 100%. So double confirmation on the anchor. Double confirmation. Stop letting this stress you out. Stop letting it weigh you down. Find better ways. This person has strong boundaries up for you. Maybe you need to create some strong boundaries too. I'm not saying a tit for tat. I'm not saying to start an unnecessary argument or fight. It doesn't feel like that. But I'm seeing this as whatever you're dealing with does need to have their foot held to the fire as well. It's about harmony. It's about balance and reciprocity. Ayurveda is all about that, right? Like, it's not one lords over, one dominates, one controls, and one is subservient. Life really just, it can work that way, but only for a limited period of time, right? It's actually like way more beneficial when we work together. You know, maybe it's altruistic, maybe I'm just, you know, whatever, believe in the ideal, but honestly, truly it does, right? And again, going back, this relationship is important to you, so it deserves that. You're giving it that. And we're just trying to make sure that this person's in alignment with that, right? Essentially. So thank you so much for your time, energy, always, Pisces. I hope you enjoyed the reading. I hope you found messages that resonated for you here. Definitely drop comments below. I love to hear, or just say, hey, share in a little love, a little TLC. I so appreciate all the love, all the support that you bring to the channel, that you bring my way. No, it blesses my heart so much. And I am sending that love and blessings back to you.